Hey guys, how is everyone doing? This is your host, and I welcome you all to this new episode of Sci-Hike. So, continuing, in particular, our planet had experienced numerous cycles of cooling and warming. During the last million years, there had been an ice age on average of 100,000 years. Not usually severe for an ice age, it had twin peaks. The first about 70,000 years ago, and the second about 20,000 years ago. When climate change causes mass extinction, sea creatures are also likely to hit as hard as land dwellers. Yet, there was no evidence of any significant disappearance of the oceanic fauna. And then, the mass extinctions. The sapiens' guilt in this is irrefutable. Let me give you guys a couple of examples. Firstly, the incident of Maori Island, that is in New Zealand, which had a megafauna, survived the climate change of 45,000 years ago without any scratch. But once the sapiens had colonized that area around 800 years ago, within a couple of centuries, the maximum amount of the megafauna went extinct. Second example I would like to give is similar fate that happened with the mammoth population in Wrangel Islands in the Antarctic Oceans, which flourished for many years, suddenly disappeared in thousands of years. But wait, during that time, sapiens had only limited tools. Then, how did this all happen? Studies have shown that the large animals bred slowly and their pregnancy duration is long. So, if a human killed one individual every month from one generation, then there would be a big gap. As they bred slowly, so over time they would go extinct. The sapiens had adapted to different climatic conditions. Around 14,000 BC, sapiens moved from the northeastern Siberia to Alaska. And also during 10,000 BC, humans have already inhabited the southern point of America. Within 2000 years of the sapiens' arrival, the unique species were gone, and scientists have found evidences that sapiens have inhabited the Caribbean islands, in particular to Cuba, when America was completely flooded with sapiens around 12,000 to 8,000 BC. So moving from the America, in Pacific Ocean, the main wave of extinction that happened when the Polynesian farmers settled there in the Solomons Island, Fiji and Caledonia. During cognitive revolution, the planet was home to around 200 genera, but at the starting of agricultural revolution, the numbers were reduced to by half. The archaeologists have found out wherever the humans or sapiens have put their foot down, that place or ecosystem has been completely changed, and wherever sapiens didn't land, that habitat of that place remained intact and have flourished. The biggest example of this is the flora and fauna of the Galapagos Island, which is now a part of Ecuador, which remained untouched by the sapiens until 19th century, resulting in a unique menagerie and giant tortoises population flourish, and other fauna were also flourishing out there. This place also have given the inspiration to the theory of evolution that was given by Charles Darwin, who once visited this place in 1835. The first wave of extinction was followed by the second wave of extinction, which was spread by the agricultural activities. Following that, the third wave, that is the post-industrial revolution, which has and is contributing majorly in the climate change. Human activities have increased carbon dioxide emissions, driving up the temperatures, resulting in glaciers shrinking. Ice on the rivers and lakes are breaking up earlier, and trees are also flowering soon. The effect that scientists have already predicted in the past would result from global climate change are now occurring, that are loss of sea ice, accelerated sea level rise, and longer and more intense heat waves. So how will climate change affect us? There is uncertainty about how great the impact of a changing climate will be. It could cause freshwater shortages, dramatically alter our ability to produce food, and increase the number of deaths from flood, storm, or heat wave. This is because climate change is expected to increase the frequency of the extreme weather events. Responding to climate change will be one of the biggest challenges that we face in this century. So let's be responsible and not pollute this beautiful planet any further. And also, I urge you guys to take an initiative to make a switch to cleaner energy sources. With this message, I will wrap this episode. Thank you all for listening. I hope you all have liked hearing this episode. If you guys want to hear more interesting facts that have happened over past and also happening in the present, please follow our channel Sci-Hike in whichever platform you're listening in. And stay tuned for our next episode.